Alright everybody, I'm on my second and last break for the day, so I promised a live chess video. I'm gonna say it now, we'll see how I feel afterwards. I'll post this whether I win, lose, or draw. 15 minutes is just about enough time to play a 5-5 Blitz. Considering your average game goes 50 moves, that's 250 extra seconds, which is just over 4 more minutes. And then of course 5-5 means that each side has 5 minutes, so the game could potentially go 10 minutes plus whatever incremental. So it shouldn't go more than 14 minutes. Alright, looks like we're going to have the lowly attack. I prefer that over the fried liver. See if he takes the bait. E takes D is a mistake. All right. Now if he goes back to G8, king to G8 is a mistake. I can get mate in 2. So now is the proper time to take the knight. Okay, so we have another capture here. And now I can win the bishop. That was a pretty good idea. So now rook to E8 or a queen on the E file would be a good idea, pinning my pawn at E5 to my king. There he goes. So now I'm going to want a castle. Okay. I'm going to take that pawn, which is hanging. It also pins his pawn to G7 to his king. There we go. I was going to say bishop to E4 is probably his best response. I only have one safe square. He can take the hanging pawn at C2 now with his light squared bishop. That would be a good idea because it would also prevent me from playing queen to B3 check. It's an interesting choice, but it's a blunder. Okay, so now I'm going to play queen to B3 check. Interpose with the pawn. up a knight. So now my rooks are connected on the back rank, on the first rank, and I can start attacking. That's a good move. Alright. I think I'll attack his queen. He probably should play queen to f6, considering I'd like to play queen to f5 check and fork his dark squared bishop. If he pushed his queen off that diagonal, I still wouldn't be able to win it, because he could interpose by moving that bishop to f6. I'm going to give check because I'd like to move my knight to e4. Hopefully, good, you interpose with the bishop. That's what I wanted to see. So now we have knight to e4. He could cause some trouble with bishop to e6. I don't think that was the right move. Alright. So that pins his queen to his king. I could have done that actually before instead of taking the bishop. He'll probably resign now. Or he might let the clock run out. Some people are poor sports. I don't mind if he doesn't resign. I'd like to play on. This is a pretty interesting game. That was an interesting choice. Now I'm just going to pick up those pawns. Now if he plays bishop to d5, I wouldn't be able to take that pawn at c7. His king would still have defense on it by being at d6. There he goes. Okay. Now he probably should play king to e5 to defend the pawn at f6 and discover an attack on my queen by his light squared bishop at d5. If he does that though, I'll take his pawn to c7. King to b6 would defend his pawn to c7, but then I'll give check by playing rook to b1 to pull the king off the file. At some point I might want to consider developing my kingside pawns to remove any threat of a back rank mate. But as long as my my rook stays on the first rank, that shouldn't be too much of an issue. So now we're looking at a checkmate in 2, I do believe. He should play something with that pawn on the c file, so I can't play queen to b7 check, because we'd have queen to b7 check. So now I can win his light squared bishop with queen to v4 check. Actually, I have something better. I have a mate in 2. First give check by playing queen to c4, then capture the rook at a2 for checkmate. He can't do anything to stop this. Alright, an excellent game. I hope you all enjoyed that. I certainly did.